atmosphere is blessed in the light of the mother crystals. And that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yet, what they saw in the light gave rise to temptation. Temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And thus did our journey begin.
All right. So Final Fantasy 16, everyone. I was going to talk about it, but we got straight into it. And here we go. It's like Phoenix versus Ifrit, I guess. That's pretty impressive. Don't know what's going on, of course, but there we are. Other than what I just said. So I'm controlling this now, okay. I'm just firing a load of fireballs. I can evade. So I think it's quite an action-focused game, this one, rather than just... Okay. Rather than just turn-based battles. Certainly looks very good. And of course, I've no idea. I'm not controlling the movement as such, I don't think. Did I avoid that? I think I did. No, I didn't avoid that though. Alright. Well, whether I could avoid it, I don't know. Okay. Both flame-based, well, summons in the past. Okay, well. Okay, well, there we are. The flames burn his eyes. Looks like someone else. Like, who's that look like? Interesting, interesting. Okay. Just checking the screen resolution. Slightly stretched. My OBS output. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If it looks alright to you.
It'll be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
No one else? Where's the fun in that?
A ragtag group of people.
No, the girl will be among them.
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Try to keep that in mind.
Interesting.
Let's get this done.
Interesting. Water magic there. Okay, and there we go. He does look a bit better actually, and the OBS has kind of stretched it a bit to make the screen look a bit. And yet, I think the faces of his actually look a bit better. With a bit too small. Don't know. Interesting. We'll see how it goes anyway. Might be stretched. Maybe it's just a bit closer. I can't really tell.
Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
You can see that the text is slightly cut at the bottom.
I said focus, Wyvern.
Okay. Use L to move Clive and R to move the camera. Oh, hang on, just moved. You can press surfing outside the cutscene to move. Just did that. Gameplay coverage settings including camera and inversion can be adjusted. It felt okay.
We don't have time for this. All hell is about to break loose.
Let's just have. Maybe I'll invert the camera. Let's have a look. So I did the action focus, which I think makes it just a normal game. Performance frame rate. Controls. Where can I do the? Where can I invert the? There we go. Invert vertical. I think vertical is what I want. I think so. Anyway, we'll find out. I'm not sure. It always seems to be one or the other. Sometimes it works as I want it. Sometimes it doesn't. So I'm not sure. Right. Can I run? I don't know. Do I? See how it works out in the end. Sometimes the vertical one you want inverted. Sometimes I don't. I'm never quite sure. All right. Anyway, I can't seem to run at the moment. Like maybe I don't want it inverted. Oh. Damn it! Tap tilt gently to. Ah, okay. So now. Okay, running. We can jump as well. Like cheering, I think.
We're just in time.
Yeah, there we go. Sorted the camera. It looks actually right now. Before it was a bit stretched. Oh, look, there's the chaps. Waving swords. The Republican Army front lines. A bit of magic going on. Chocobo Riders. There's a bit of magic as well as brute force. There's ice balls or something. Not sure. Interesting.
These Iron Blood are more beast than man.
Where this is going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
Okay. Bit of Final Fantasy piano in the background, I can hear. So some dominance or something that we've got to look out for, presumably. We'll probably find it in a minute. The Zenitra Stronghold. The Nisa Defile or something.
Quickly, move!
To the gates.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Not the lady we were on about before. One of the guys mentioned it.
Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
Waloed. Alright, okay, that's him. That's a bit sulky.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
Is that the person I thought was a woman? Alright. There seems to have one guy who's probably a bad guy that looks a bit feminine in Final Fantasy games these days. Oh, quite some time now, but... So definitely into ice, aren't they, here, and water and things. I've definitely noticed that. Oh, hang on. A bit of a pipe. Oh, it looks like ice is it could be hot as well. So these are clearly bad guys, aren't they? They don't look very good.
I wonder that you summoned us at all. Have you so little faith in your own men? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Possibly.
Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field.
There we go. Okay, that's that guy, is it?
And when he does, our knights would only get in the way.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Iron Blood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
Bugger their knights.
What did you say?
Should this citadel be allowed to fall? The capital
battle will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board.
Those are questionable people.
Which just leaves me. The Iron Blood will rue the day they set foot on Storm.
We've got to fight this guy, presumably.
This game is over.
Prancing about. Lots of unsavoury types. Let's see what happens.
You cock.
Okay, fair enough.
Benedicta.
Take care.
Does the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not afraid of a little frost, Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
I've heard his voice before. Alright, well, okay. Definitely based on has a Game of Thrones vibe to it, doesn't it? Definitely see it's inspired by that.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
So we their dominants, are we, or something? Is that the gist of it? Maybe he is, and he's about to die, our leader, and we'll take over. One or the other. Alright, we're back on it. I always look behind whenever we get to points like this, because I always think there's going to be something behind us. You know, it's too early in the game perhaps for that, but I don't know whether I've done the right thing with inverting the camera, to be honest with you. I used to always do it. Oh, can we go up there, can we? I might change it back, just because at the moment I feel like it's wrong. Vertical. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll change my mind. I used to always do it, but these days I don't know. I feel like it's not quite as instinctive as it used to be. Oh, yep.
And quick and deadly, as always. Take the van.
Take the van.
Wait. Something's not right.
Okay. That's quite a progression.
Titan.
This means now Attack on Titan, Stephen.
Finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
It's Shiva as well, is it?
And look who's here to greet the bastard.
Definitely jumping all in on the summons, isn't it, straight away? You've seen 3 of them at least so far. Assuming that is Shiva. Interesting. They've got these big strong creatures of his. Why did they bother all the ground troops? Okay. His roar doesn't sound very powerful, that guy. He's whining almost. But so far quite a spectacle, but we've not really done anything yet. It's like it's just an intro. Okay. I'm not controlling any of this. I've done a bit of running, but that's about it. I assume I'll do a bit of... I'll do a bit of a combat tutorial in a second. Again, going backwards. Alright. Okay, well, let me... Oh, I just got to run. Okay. Yep. Now we get separated. Where's the other guy? That's what I'm worried about. Well, I don't know whose side we're on, to be honest with you. Don't know if we're on anyone's side. Okay, so definitely I was not afraid to do the old blue language. It's a step in a different direction from regular Final Fantasies. But clearly it's clearly inspired by Game of Thrones, isn't it? Just the characters and the language.
Who's gonna stand there?
Idiot as well. There's always an idiot. The answer is pretty much yes, we are just going to stand there. So we're knocked out of the way by a big rock. Why do I have a feeling we might get a bit of a confrontation with Shiva or the Titan? Maybe. Is that guy dead? I bet if you think he is, he won't be.
Wyvern!
Okay, we look like we took a bit of a hit somehow.
I told you before, you do not get to die here.
Alright, we'll do our best. That's Shiva just there. Or is he dead? Well, we'll see if he did really die. Or Clive. We're called Clive as well. Interesting name. I'm sure someone mentioned the name Clive the other day. About not being in any. No one's called Clive in anything. And then the guy's called Clive in this. 13 summers earlier, Year of the Realm 860. This is 13 years earlier, presumably. Rosalith, the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. In the past now.
Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables. Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way.
Right.
Brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
You've got like a little... It's like the wolves with Game of Thrones, well, isn't it, with the dog and the kids. But we'll see. They got wooden swords, which is good. He's training wooden swords. Here's the action. Here's the combat training we were talking about before. It's realistic to train wooden swords. Right, he's going to run at us. He's going to tell us to dodge and to attack.
Show me your form.
Right, attack the Lord Commander. Execute a 4-swing combo. Press the square button for a melee attack. Up to 4 can be chained together. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright. Lesson complete. There we go. Game over. We've done the game.
Such swordsmanship will serve you well in the field. But can the same be said of your spellcraft? The flames of the phoenix burn within you. Now let them burn without.
Alright. Burn without, he says.
Rain fire fire down upon me.
Like a safe point up there, notice. Channel your inner flame. Land a spell 5 times, triangle. Okay. Cast fire. A ranged spell that can strike enemies from a great distance.
Excellent. Keep them coming.
You can fire it in midair, which is interesting.
Well done. You wield the Firebird's flames just as a first shield should.
Okay.
You flatter me, my lord.
Or would you rather I flattened you? Can be arranged. Let's see if you can elude my blade. After all, your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to use it.
True.
On your toes, Lord Rossfield.
It's L1 again. Or R1 was it, rather. Stay quick on your feet. Evade 4 times. R1, there we go, okay. Evade an attack at the precise moment it is dealt will temporarily slow the enemy. Make it susceptible to a counter using square or triangle. Let's try doing that then.
Don't simply watch my movements. Read them. What are you doing?
Are we evading or not? Oh, there we go. Precision evade.
How did you dodge that? I was sure I had you.
That was amazing.
That's not counting that one for some reason. I don't know why. We've got to be a bit.
Nice try. Oh, to be so young.
Did it? Okay.
Fleet of foot.
All right. Some of them. Sometimes if you can evade it, but it doesn't count it. So I think you've got to be.
Remember,
All
Clive,
right.
your blade is not your only weapon. Quickness of thought and fleetness of foot are indispensable arms in any shield's arsenal.
Okay.
But you are not just any shield, are you? Show me what sets you apart from the rest.
Not to do all the things now.
You have been blessed by the Phoenix.
Oh, summon Phoenix. Do it.
The use of its power.
Summon the Phoenix.
Call upon that power now to close on me.
Okay. This circle is it?
I'm waiting.
Close the gap. Execute a Phoenix shift 3 times. Your circle, I thought it would be. The blessing of the Phoenix grants Clive the ability to perform feats of inhuman strength and dexterity. Phoenix shift is one such iconic feat. Press circle to swiftly close in a distant target. With me and ranged attacks, magic can be used while executing a Phoenix shift. Okay. Alright. Phoenix shift.
Impressive. But even the most agile shield cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by a
Bit
thousand.
pointless having a wooden shield for using magic,
There is
isn't
only
it?
one way to ensure that you do
A wooden sword, rather.
keep your wounds mended and your energies replenished.
Okay, what's this cross, is it?
Speaking of which, my lord, you seem a little worse for wear. Now, that won't do at all.
Alright. Mend your wounds. Okay, consumables such as potions and tonics can be used to restore Clive's HP or temporarily boost attributes. Consumables are assigned to up, right, and down via the items tab in the main menu for quick and convenient use. These items can be used from the direct menu. Okay. We've got a potion, we've got a high potion as well.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
That's better. Battle is a succession of pivotal moments.
Alright.
Wherein life and death can be decided at a single stroke. You must be ready to utilize every tool at your disposal if you are to navigate a path to victory. Or at the very least, to ensure that you live to fight another day. Enough practice. It's time for the test. You've recovered from your soaking, I trust. You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned.
I thought you'd never ask.
Okay.
Come then, Lord Rossfield. Spar with me. If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
Alright.
As you wish, my lord.
Lord Rossfield. Now I've got to actually defeat him, maybe.
Have at me, boy. Make proof of your strength.
Alright. Defeat the Lord Commander. The will gauge, or gauge, indicates the opponent's will to fight back. Break the spirit by landing attacks and strike them when they are vulnerable.
Go on. You're sure to beat us this time.
You can do it, Clive. Just stay calm.
You're taking this seriously.
Keep going, Clive.
Okay. Can you lock onto him in any way? Let's see. Oh. Over here. Okay. Lord Mert's will's been broken, leaving him staggered. Try to do as much possible as you can before he regains his senses. R2 and Square-Enix Rising Flames, a powerful iconic ability granted Clive by the blessing of the Phoenix. R2 and Square.
Well, it's time I took my own advice. I used all the tools at my disposal.
Okay.
Go on, Clive. Keep pressing.
Just a little more. We believe in you.
You're a damnably quick learner, Lord Rustfield.
Alright, we killed him. Training complete! Hurrah! Yes. Do. And that's it. Alright. Okay.
He won! See? I told you he could do it.
Aye. Bested at last.
We got him.
It's taken me long enough. That was a display worthy of your father. You are a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise. Including me. What are you lot gawping at? Back to your drills.
Alright. Nope. That's not very well.
Joshua.
Flames healed him there, it seems.
Tired. Phoenix's flames are a gift. You mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
His Grace has returned!
Father's back.
Nope.
Hey.
Your Grace, please, this is no place for one such as you. I would gladly brave hell itself to see my darling boy.
Okay.
Gentlemen, Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
Thank you, Your Grace. We live to serve.
Joshua. You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
I'm sorry.
Good day to you, Mother.
Looks very similar to the woman in the intro.
Your father will be expecting us.
But I imagine it's not her. Maybe someone related.
Lord Murdoch?
Your Grace.
Got some tension there. Obviously,
It's a way to treat your own flesh and blood.
I know. It's not his fault. Not everyone can be born the Phoenix.
he's obviously got special powers that are keeping him safe.
We should join them.
Proper sword now. Not sure how that sword stuck to his back there, but seemed to just somehow get into that scabbard. I don't know how it happened. Saw some video online about this scabbards on the back, and they're just impractical, not really workable in real life. Unless you design them in a very specific way. Here we go. Just Jamie Lannister, basically, is that? Oh dear, who knows? Well, they've got chocobos, so that's good. Do you ever get horses in Final Fantasy games? I've ever seen a horse in one, so which I guess makes sense because they have chocobos.
Rise, my friends.
Welcome home, Father.
Oh, okay, it's Ned Stark.
Thank you, Joshua. You are well, I trust.
Yes, Father. Much better. Today, Jill and I went to the Bailey to watch Clive's spa.
Is that so?
Quiet, Torgal. Stop it, boy. Not now.
You'll
Honestly.
make a fine hound one day.
Father.
Lift up your head, girl.
Thank you, Your Grace.
All right.
The capital rejoices at your safe return, Your Grace.
War is coming, my boy. We must make ready.
Is the situation truly so grave?
Come to the throne room. We will talk there.
Okay, things going down. Guess we saw what happens in the future. All goes to pot.
Shields dismissed.
All right. So I guess the first act is seeing how we got to where we were before.
Torgal.
Basically Winterfell, this isn't it?
Where do you think you're going? Clive here is off to see the Archduke.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I guess we now have a bit of wandering about. And why not? Sunrise, sunset, it says. What does that mean? Time goes by, does it? Should you find yourself lost, do not fret. Hold down L3 and trust in your animal instinct to point you in the right direction. Your current destination will be displayed with that red symbol. Animal instinct, is that your dog, basically? Is that what it means?
Is trouble brewing?
I'm not sure.
Animal
Need to
instinct?
speak with Father.
L3, did I say L3? Okay, that's where we got to go. Alright, well, let's see what happens if we wander about. Animal instinct stays on there, can't get rid of it now. Jump!
More refugees arrived today.
Well, if things get crowded, we can always conquer Ironhome.
Ever the optimist, aren't you?
Bit of a display there. Alright. Do I just go straight there? Do I wander about a bit?
Make sure you get a good edge on that, eh?
I know. I'm not about to send our lads off to war with dull blades.
Something here. Oh. Find items. Use items to be found across the realm by those who know where to look. Items discovered can be viewed in the items tab in the main menu.
Let's get this stuff and
Yes.
the Duchess
Got a potion
holds
there.
our heads.
Oh, hang on. The attributes tab provides a comprehensive overview of Clive's current level, status, abilities, and gear. Alright, okay. Oh, goodness. The gear and icons. Is that what it's called? Icons. Icons tab is used for equipping weapons and armor, as well as assigning iconic. I'm going to say iconic. Abilities to available slots. I don't think we'll have any we've got some stuff here. I don't know what's... Do I equip all this? I don't know. There's stuff here that I can equip. Right, so we've got some extra stuff here that we can use. Ring of Timely Focus. Do I equip those? We only equip it. Ring of Timely Focus, Timely Evasion. Okay, I think these are kind of things that just help you play the game. Timely Strikes, Timely Healing. Potion falls at certain points. Compass combinations can excuse sympathizing. Alright, it's just making the game easier. We won't put those on. In fact, where's the items? That's what I wanted to look for. There we go. Oop, items. The items tab contains a list of non-gear items currently in class possession, including those using quests. Consumer items such potions can be used at any time from this tab. This could also be assigned shortcuts. That's what we're after. For quick access during gameplay, select an item from the Kingdom list and press square. To bring up the shortcut window, after confirming the button is to be assigned. Alright, shortcut window. After confirming the button it is to be assigned to, press X. Alright. Stone Skin Tonic. Increases defense. Shield Ensign. Alright. Okay, potion, eye potion, stone skin tonic. Alright, so we've already done it. Add to shortcuts. Alright, okay. Alright, so we've done a bit of nonsense.
That's it, lads. Time to put an end to their little crusade. And Rosaria's future will be secure.
Doesn't seem like I specifically talk to anyone, they just all talk. This so far anyway. Oh, can talk to this guy.
Forgive me, my lord, but I need to finish inspecting these crystals.
Wouldn't do to give our soldiers spent shards.
Alright, so there's what you spend
Forgive me, my lord, but I need to finish
to
inspecting
cast
these
magic.
crystals.
Wouldn't do to give our soldiers spent shards.
The way I see it, it's us or them.
I know my money's on.
Alright, so there's that lady wandering about us. Let's go in here, see what's in here.
You put on quite the show for us, Lord Rossfield. Any man who can do that deserves to be first shield. Age and experience be damned.
Right.
You put on quite the show for us, Lord Rossfield.
Just ignore it. Okay. Yep, hang on. Yep, what was that? An apple. Yep. Apple guy. Was that the guy we in our group later on?
Good as new.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess, pray do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow to him, you fool. But I say to speak.
And if both of them in the thing later.
Really?
Oh, do not indulge him. To be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day.
Got bootlicking here.
Stand, please.
Stand.
I trust his good fortune will continue.
Of course, if that is your lordship's wish.
Don't work too hard. Remember, it is for the good of the duchy that you serve.
Alright. Alright.
As do we all, my lord.
As do we all.
Come along now. Back to your duties.
Okay. So we're like relatively good among the people, but I guess we knew that would be the case. All right.
Looks like they're getting ready for supper.
I think someone's hungry.
Okay. Handsome pair. Oh, slave master.
I'm having my bearer fill the well, my lord. Best to save what crystals we can, eh?
Wheat harvests down again, apparently.
Bear it.
War ends up dragging on, we'll starve.
Best fill our bellies while we can, then, eh?
Right, let's go up here, see what's up here. I think we did see a shiny thing. There he is over there. There we are, look at that. That's what we kept seeing before when we were in the training yard.
Fine display, my lord. Almost felt sorry for the Lord Commander.
Right. High potion. Okay. The jump's a bit strange. Alright. Not really much of a jump. Alright. Okay, let's go in. Alright. That's very nice, isn't it? That's nice.
Nice and quiet in here, isn't it?
Lovely gardens. I do like them. Unless if there's like a mini map. Maybe there will be at some point, but I feel like there still should be one. Across the grass. Oh, yep, an item here. Always pays to do a bit of exploration. Oceans. There's Joshua. We'll talk to him in a minute. Oh, what's this? Some guy growing a shrub.
Marquis, forgive my man. He'll be done in a jiffy.
It seems like these.
Get the place tidied up for the big procession.
Seems like these magic peep users are kind of slaves or something. Maybe that's what the rebellion's about. They all rebelled for the magic users, maybe. Or well, I say rebellion, or the stuff that was going on. This guy up to?
My lord, it's not how it looks. I'm inspecting the castle walls by order of the Duchess.
Wow. Work shirking.
My lord, it's not how it looks.
And there's the mum up there as well. Wherever that's, well, I think it's your mum. Let's talk to Joshua then.
Clive,
Are you worried about the war?
the soldiers will expect the Phoenix to help them, but I don't know if I can.
Don't worry, Joshua. Father will guide you. And I will protect you. Always.
Alright.
I know. Thank you, Clive.
On you, Clive. Good on you, Clive.
I'm alright. I promise. I'm alright. I promise.
So these seem to have one set of dialogue, don't they? Usually in a lot of RPGs these days, characters have multiple dialogue when you speak to them, you know, multiple times. But so far, it's just one sentence. Which I guess is better because it always became a bit too much.
He must be protected. All other concerns are insignificant.
Okay. Like the way that her mouth moves when she speaks. I know it sounds silly, but you know what I mean. Oh, what's going on? Making an effort. Some large gates and stiffly require an effort to operate. Use X to access them. Then hold R2 to push or pull with all your might. Okay. There's a bit of a pointless effort. I assume just training for other things that might require that at tense moments. Nope. Right, it's gone into auto. Alright, swords, guys. I don't know what that girl's name is.
Good luck.
Oh. Did you say what that girl's name was? Maybe it did once. Fluffy McWuffy. Okay. We don't need to use R2 this time. Right. big room for not much in it. That's a throne room typical though, isn't it?
You commanded my presence, Your Grace. How may I serve you?
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Mother isn't here.
Do the territories fare any better?
Most lie under a pall of black.
Mm.
In just these few moons, the blight has taken nigh on all of the northern reaches.
Mm.
It is only a matter of time before it crosses the border.
By the flames.
Nearly every available bed in the capital is already occupied by those fleeing the Deadlands. Even if we were to send them south to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake.
Okay.
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Against the Iron Kingdom.
We have traded blows with them for too long. It is time to end it.
Okay.
At the
Iron
very
Kingdom.
least, we must secure Drake's breath. Without
Actually,
the
that's the
blessing of
location.
Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the blight.
The
Blight.
Iron Blood will not relinquish it easily.
Robert Jordan
This will
territory.
be a bitter fight.
Wheel of Time.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow. There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
You will have heard the reports, I am sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders.
Goblins in the Stillwind Marshes. I know of the rumors, yes.
Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it and clear it.
First mission.
Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength and shut your mother up for good.
I will do my duty, Your Grace.
All right.
That will be all. Rest well. We ride at dawn.
All right.
Yes, Your Grace.
Okay. Active time law. Right, hold, well, I think that's the central panel. To access the active time law ATL feature, a compilation of important information relevant to Cloud's story and progression. ATL can be viewed during most cutscenes. All ATL entries can be accessed later in the game. Can even be viewed during most cutscenes. Okay, so you get a gist of what's going on. I'm pressing the ATL, nothing's happening. There you go, okay. Alright, okay. Tells you what's going on. Okay. Move for crystals. Oh, do I read all this? I don't know. Oh dear. Rosalith Castle, situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosalith. It is from this tower and ivory fortress that the Archduke and his family rule their nation. Okay, so that's was basically an architectural feat the founder himself will be proud of. The castle has stood since the early days of the duchy and watched over the rise of this proud nation and the people who inhabit the city beneath. Duchy of Rosaria. Okay, so that's the nation we're talking about, that we're part of. A nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm, with Rosalith as its capital. Rosaria was originally formed from a collection of smaller dominions, all of which now stand united under the banner of Archduke Elwin Rosfield. Now, not possessing a mother crystal of its own, the duchy has long been locked in bitter conflict with the Iron Kingdom over possession of Drake's breath, which lies still further to the west, in the midst of the boiling seas. That's what we're talking about. This is your dad, Elwin Rosfield, Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, and father of Clive and Joshua. Loved by his people for his steadfast leadership, both at home and on the battlefield. Ned Stark, basically, which he put to good effect, quelling the rebellions of the rebellious northern territories. The Iron Kingdom, the Iron Throne, you know, also known in the local tongue as Harian. I'm not sure. The Iron Kingdom is the archipelago nation situated off the west coast of Storm. That sounds quite similar to the I forgot what they're called now. Greyjoys, doesn't it? It's capital of Craig Loiske. The mother crystal Drake's breath rises from a volcanic island situated just within or without its borders, depending on whom you ask, and has been the subject of long-standing conflict between the Ironblood and neighbouring Duchy Rosaria. The Iron Kingdom's inhabitants shun any contact with outsiders, which has given rise to a unique, if largely inward-looking culture. So potentially the bad guys were trying to get the crystal from. Mother crystals, enormous glassy mountains, 5 of which tower over the lands of Velisthea. They are the source of all the crystals, and the people of the twins rely on their everyday lives. Not only that, but the lands surrounding them are rich with aether, making the magics the crystals cast even more potent. For those reasons, great nations have sprung up around each mother crystal and have long warred with each other possession of their blessings. All right. The twins, who are they then? Twins, that was a thing in Game of Thrones, wasn't it? The twins. All right, okay. All right, well, we got a load of info there. All right. Looks like we need to go up there now.
This war we mean to wage, it isn't only for control of the Mother Crystal. Above all else, we cannot allow those Ironblood savages to gain a foothold on Storm.
So
I would sooner die than see them darken our shores again. I wish you a safe journey tomorrow.
And I you, Clive. May your
I say tomorrow. I say tomorrow. Like there's not really, you know, it's not like British English is their actual accent. Looks like we have to go up here. Come in any of these other rooms to take it. Nice candles. Nice vantage point. Look at this. That's quite nice, isn't it? Shame we can't remove that red target, you know. Just go down here, check there's nothing here. I really don't think there will be, because I feel like the other way was the way it would have contained a little secret if it did, because it wasn't closer to the door.
No messages, my lord.
Alright. That's quite good, the way it tells you. Hang on.
No messages, my lord.
Alright. I don't know why. Oh, I can't talk to him because I'm not looking at him. Okay, I thought it was trying to tell you that you'd already spoken to him, but no. That'd be quite good if it did that. Bit dark it. Alright, so what's going on here? Is this your bedroom then? You gonna retire for the night? If something will happen during the evening.
How long will you be away this time?
Not long. 4 days, maybe 5.
And you will be taking Joshua?
Well, I can't exactly leave him behind, can I? The blood of the Rosfields runs in his veins. Before going to war, we perform the rite at Phoenix Gate. It's our way. You know that. And only the dominant can enter the apothecary, so yes, I'm taking Joshua.
Joshua the dominant,
Hell
then.
with your way! The boy is ill.
You think I don't know that? But the boy is also the Phoenix.
Mm.
The heir to the throne. You can't keep him in swaddling clothes all of his life.
Elwyn!
Don't worry. Clive will watch over him. Though he is a youth of but 15 years, he's already a fine soldier. He will make a splendid shield.
So we're 13, the one. I'm sure it says.
More in him than
Or
the
28.
Phoenix did. He was rejected, Elwyn. Our household has no place for such a failure. He is worthless, a man like any other.
Gosh.
As am I, my dear.
Jon Snow, basically, isn't he?
You are the Archduke of Rosaria.
Oh, not this again. You know as well as I do that I only sit upon the throne because my father was taken before his time. I am merely warming the seat till Joshua comes of age.
You are your father's firstborn son, and you sit upon the throne. All is in its right place. Unlike some, you have not disgraced our noble blood.
Without men like Clive to keep us safe, your precious noble blood would long since have graced the gutter. We have an early start. I'm going to sleep.
I wonder if she's that woman from the start. It definitely looks like her, but I feel like she should be a bit older. Interesting. There's a bit of a red dot next to that moon there.
This is it then. Time to prove yourself.
Wishing on a star?
I'm a little old for that. I should get some sleep.
Right.
Looks nice.
You're going with them tomorrow, aren't you?
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him. He takes too many risks. I only wish I could save him from himself.
Too many risks. What does he do?
Clive, you...
I have another mission too. Father has given me my first command.
Well, if you're not going to pray to Metia for your safe return, I shall just have to do it for you.
Metia. Massive crater on the moon there, I think. That star's going to have some
Isn't there?
significance, that star, isn't it?
Since coming here, I've begun to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last. But it never really ends, does it?
No. The next war will be bigger than before.
But you'll be alright, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria after all, and blessed by the Phoenix.
Why did the Phoenix reject him then? He's got these power of the Phoenix.
It's getting cold. We should go in. My lady.
So who is this girl then?
Good night, Clive.
I don't think she even told us her name yet. Give me something about us and something more than meets the eye. Look out for the crater. Yeah, there's a big crater. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe there is sort of. A bit hard to make out, but there does look to be a massive crater there. Alright, the next day, our first mission. Checker is ready.
Sorry, Ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
Won't be hunting today.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll do brilliantly.
I'll try.
Right. It's all going to go to pot, probably, isn't it?
Good luck.
Friends, we ride for Phoenix Gate. May the blessing of the crystals go with us and shield the Firebird's flame forevermore!
Hurrah!
Race departs. Open the gates.
Okay, off we go. Off they go. Are we going with him? We'll go somewhere else, aren't we, I think? Who's in the carriage? Not the kid. Put his name there.
Allow me. I shall see her safely to Phoenix Gate.
Thank you.
So we're going somewhere else and meeting them there, aren't we? Yep.
We're ready to depart, my lord.
May I say what an honor it is to serve alongside you?
Looks dead behind the eyes, that guy.
This is to be no mere investigation. If there are goblins in Stillwind, they won't leave willingly. The beastmen are a fierce foe. We underestimate them at our peril.
Not today, we won't.
So rolled his eyes.
Sir Tyler, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
As you command.
Alright.
To the marshes, then.
To the marshes. Why
May the
not?
blessing of the crystals go with us.
Can't go wrong with a marsh. Alright, there we go. On the world map. The world map displays the locations indicated by glowing pins, currently available to Clive via fast travel. Alright. We can fast travel, so we can't. Yeah, it says we could move the map before. I can't move it though. No, not up and down, which is annoying. I feel like I want to do it. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll probably, finish part 1 there, I think. And then we'll do part 2, travelling to Stillwind, and see what happens. Alright, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.